Right now on the Collegiate News Update, GRCC will be home to training 85 employees for the workforce. We'll tell you in what industry.
And Actors Theater announced this week that the group will no longer accept funding from GRCC. Find out why the group made the decision. The last Collegiate News Update of the semester starts right now.
Your school, your source, your story. This is a Collegiate News Update.
Hello and thanks for joining us this Friday, April 25th. I'm Clayton Cummins.
And I'm Sarah Davis. After repeated criticism from two members of GRCC's Board of Trustees for quite some time, Actors Theater has announced it will no longer receive its funding from GRCC.
However, the group is telling us that's not the reason why. Collegiate News editor Jacqueline Zeman joins us outside from Spectrum Theater to explain the group's decision. Jacqueline.
Actors Theater decided this week that they will no longer be receiving funding from GRCC after a 33-year-old relationship with the school. The theater received $19,000 for funding each year. The group will fill that void in funding by going to their donors for the money. We spoke with the managing director, Debbie Playford, from the theater, who had this to say.
With the way things are with the budget and changes that are happening, we thought it might be helpful for us to just take this chance to not take that funding anymore. The school has it, and we can go to our donors.
They will be using GRCC's facilities for their office space and to put on their shows. Here's a statement from GRCC's Communication Director, Leah Nixon, regarding the situation. Quote, "Given the fiscally challenging times facing GRCC today, we appreciate that Actors Theater recognizes these challenges and is willing to assist the college at a critical time." Reporting from Spectrum Theater, I'm Jacqueline Zeman for the Collegiate News Update.
Okay, Jacqueline, thank you. Founders Brewing is planning on training 85 new employees over the next 6 years right here at Grand Rapids Community College. The program has been made available through the Michigan New Jobs Training Program. As a part of the Michigan New Jobs Agreement, each job will pay at least $12.75 an hour and include health care and retirement plans. The jobs created will include marketing, customer service, quality assurance, brewers, and cellar operators.
The GRCC Library will be a great place to study as we approach finals week. Exam cram at the library extends the hours the library is open. On April 26th and 27th, the library will be open from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. For resources, the GRCC Library offers online. Head to grcc.edu/library.
This year's commencement ceremony will be held on May 2nd inside of the Ford Fieldhouse beginning at 6 p.m. Any student planning on graduating must complete a graduation audit form from the Student Records Office. The deadline to purchase a cap and gown for graduation is Thursday, May 1st at noon. You must attend rehearsal on the day of graduation in order to participate in the ceremony. For questions, contact the Student Life Office at 616-234-4160.
GRCC announced this week that Grand Rapids Mayor George Hartwell will address the graduating class of 2014. Mayor George Hartwell has been longtime partners with Grand Rapids Community College's educational mission. He'll have advice for graduates as this year's commencement speaker.
A new survey was released this week showing that binge watching is on the rise. Binge watching is watching TV episodes for longer time spans than usual. The survey conducted by Netflix shows that 73% of people are watching 2 to 6 TV episodes in one sitting. Binge watching has been popular with the rise of online media services such as Netflix and Amazon Prime, which allows the viewer to watch TV shows and movies on demand.
Speaking of Netflix, the online streaming service has announced it will be raising its prices for new subscribers for the first time in 3 years. The company said in a letter to its shareholders the price increase will be $1 to $2 per month depending on the country. But the company has not released new pricing information. The company said in order for more content, it needs to raise its prices.
Well, it sounds like next week will be a gray and rainy week for finals.
Well, here's Tess Rousseau with a Collegiate weather update. Hi, Tess.
Thanks, Sarah and Clayton. We woke up to a few sprinkles on Thursday, but the sun eventually peaked out with highs in the mid to upper 50s. Unfortunately, we've got a dreary week ahead for the end of April. Here's a shot of downtown Grand Rapids from GRCC. Your collegiate weather forecast calls for a windy Friday with a high of about 62 degrees. The weekend, however, appears to be jumping back down to the 50s with highs of about 54 degrees, along with some possible spring showers coming up Sunday afternoon. Unfortunately, finals week appears to be dark and dreary with temperatures in the low 50s, sometimes even reaching below 50 degrees. Hopefully, as the semester comes to an end Friday, Michigan will wake up and agree to some sunny and 75 summer days. The finish line is closed for exams, and don't let the dreary weather keep you from acing your finals. For the Collegiate Weather Update, I'm Tess Russo. Back to you, Sarah and Clayton.
Okay, Tess, thank you. Our baseball, softball, and golf teams are all playing in full force.
That's right. Here's Zach Watkins with the Collegiate Sports Rundown. Hi, Zach.
Hey, Sarah and Clayton. The GRCC baseball team swept Insulet College in a doubleheader last night after previously splitting a doubleheader with Muskegon Community College on Tuesday. The team's next game is against Jackson College on Saturday. The softball team split a doubleheader against Jackson Community College on Wednesday. The Raiders lost the first game 12-8 and won the second 14-10. Chelsea Zylstra's single to center field scored Megan Lee, breaking the 10-10 tie and winning the nightcap for the Raiders. The team takes on Lake Michigan College in a doubleheader on Saturday. The golf team took first place at the Jackson Invitational on Monday. The team shot a .289 and Jared Malter led the field with a 68. The team heads to the Western Conference Tournament on April 25th in Plymouth, Indiana. That's all for the sports update this week. Back to you, Sarah and Clayton.
That's all the news that we have for this Friday. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sarah Davis.
And I'm Clayton Cummins. For all of us here at the Collegiate, have a great day and also have a great summer as well.
You're watching the Collegiate News Update with Sarah Davis, Clayton Cummins, Tess Russo with weather, and Zach Watkins sports. This is a Collegiate News Update.